The alarm rings at 5 a.m. Your hand reaches for the snooze button for the third time this morning. Just 5 more minutes, you whisper to yourself. Those 5 minutes turn into 30, then an hour. Another morning of broken promises to yourself. Another day where your dreams take a backseat to your comfort. You know what fascinates me? The incredible power of the human spirit and its capacity to achieve greatness. Yet, what's even more fascinating is how easily we surrender that power to the soft whispers of comfort and convenience. We've become masters at negotiating with our own potential, trading our destiny for the warm embrace of our comfort zones. Let me tell you something that might shake you to your core. The most dangerous prison in the world isn't made of concrete and steel. It's built with the bricks of excuses and mortared with the cement of procrastination. And here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. You are both the prisoner and the prison guard. But I'm tired, you say. I work hard, you argue. I deserve a break, you reason. These words, these seemingly innocent justifications, are the lullabies that rock your greatness to sleep. They're the sweet poison that paralyzes your potential. Let's be brutally honest with ourselves today. When was the last time you pushed beyond what was comfortable? When did you last do something that scared you? When did you last choose growth over convenience? The silence in this room right now is deafening, isn't it? That's the sound of truth hitting home. You see, laziness isn't just about physical inaction. It's far more insidious than that. It's the mental shortcuts we take. It's the dreams we postpone. It's the responsibilities we dodge. It's the growth we deny. It's the excellence we compromise. Laziness is the silent assassin of ambition, wearing the mask of reasonable excuses. Look at your hands right now. These hands were given to you as tools of creation, not instruments of excuse-making. Your mind was given to you as a factory of solutions, not a warehouse of justifications. Your time was given to you as currency for achievement, not a resource to be squandered on the altar of someday. You're sitting here right now, and something inside you is stirring. Something is resonating with these words because deep down, you know about that business you haven't started. You know about that degree you haven't pursued. You know about that relationship you haven't fixed. You know about that health goal you've been postponing. You know about that book you haven't written. The tragedy isn't that we fail. The tragedy is that we've become comfortable with settling for less than what we're capable of achieving. We've mastered the art of mediocrity and called it contentment. We've normalized giving up and labeled it being realistic. But let me tell you what's really happening when you choose laziness over action. Every time you hit that snooze button, you're not just postponing your wake-up time, you're voting against your dreams. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, you're not just delaying. You're deciding that your future self is less important than your present comfort. Think about this. Success isn't owned, it's rented. And the rent is due every single day. But laziness offers you a sweet payment plan. It lets you defer your dreams with no interest, or so you think. But there is interest accumulating. It's called regret. And unlike financial debt, regret compounds not in your bank account, but in your soul. You might be sitting there thinking, this is too harsh. I'm doing okay. I'm getting by. But let me ask you something. Since when did getting by become an acceptable substitute for thriving? Since when did okay become a worthy replacement for exceptional? Your potential is crying out for expression. It's screaming for attention. But you've become so adept at muting its voice with excuses that you barely hear it anymore. You've decorated your prison of laziness with comfortable furniture called good enough and hung curtains of mediocrity to block out the light of possibility. Remember that project you were excited about? The one that made your eyes light up when you talked about it? What happened to it? Did it die? No. You didn't feed it. You starved it with neglect and buried it under layers of I'm too tired, I'm too busy, and I'll get to it later. The cost of laziness isn't just in the dreams you don't achieve. It's in the person you don't become. Every time you choose the easy way, you're choosing to remain the same person you were yesterday. Every time you opt for comfort over growth, you're deciding that who you are today is better than who you could be tomorrow. But here's what's beautiful about this moment right now. Recognition is the first step to transformation. The fact that something inside you is squirming uncomfortably in your seat means that hope isn't lost. That discomfort you're feeling, that's your greatness trying to break free from the chains of laziness. The truth is, you don't want to be lazy. Nobody does. Laziness is not your nature. It's a habit you've developed. It's a response you've learned. It's a choice you've made so many times that it feels like who you are. But it's not who you are. It's who you've allowed yourself to become. Your life force, that incredible energy that flows through you, it's not meant for comfortable mediocrity. It's meant for excellence. It's meant for growth. It's meant for impact. Every breath you take is the universe investing in your potential. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you're alive for a purpose bigger than your comfort. Now, some of you might be thinking, I understand what you're saying, but my situation is different. You don't know my circumstances, and you're right, I don't know your specific situation. But I know something more important. I know the universal laws that govern success and failure. And these laws don't care about your circumstances. They don't make exceptions for your excuses. They simply respond to your actions. Let me share something with you that might change your perspective forever. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up knowing it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. Every morning a lion wakes up knowing it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you're the lion or the gazelle. When the sun comes up, you'd better be running. Your circumstances might be challenging. Your past might be painful. Your resources might be limited. But none of these defines your future unless you let laziness convince you they do. The moment you accept your circumstances as final is the moment you surrender your power to change them. You see, laziness has a best friend called tomorrow. They work together to rob you of your destiny. Laziness whispers, it's too hard today. And tomorrow responds, don't worry, I'll give you another chance. This partnership has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. Let's talk about something that happens in nature. When an eagle builds its nest high up in the mountains, it creates a comfortable home for its eaglets. The nest is lined with soft feathers and decorated with fresh leaves. It's warm, cozy, and safe. But there comes a time when the mother eagle does something that seems cruel. She begins to remove all the comfortable elements from the nest. She makes it deliberately uncomfortable. Why? Because she knows that comfort is the enemy of growth. She understands that if her eaglets remain too comfortable, they'll never learn to fly. They'll never discover their true potential. They'll never experience the thrill of soaring above the mountains. You are that eaglet right now. Life is disturbing your comfort zone. Those challenges you're facing, they're not your enemies. They're your opportunities to spread your wings, that discomfort you're feeling. It's not a signal to retreat. It's a call to advance. But here's what laziness does. It convinces you that you're not ready. It tells you that you need more preparation, more resources, more time, more confidence. Let me tell you something profound. You will never be completely ready. The perfect moment you're waiting for doesn't exist. The perfect circumstances you're hoping for are an illusion. Think about water for a moment. When water stops flowing, it becomes stagnant. It loses its freshness, its life-giving properties. The same happens to you when you stop moving forward, when you let laziness convince you to stay. You become stagnant. Your dreams become stagnant. Your potential becomes stagnant. The most dangerous form of laziness isn't physical. It's mental laziness. It's the unwillingness to think deeply, to question your assumptions, to challenge your limiting beliefs. It's the refusal to engage with ideas that make you uncomfortable. It's the resistance to learning new things because they seem too difficult. Look at your phone. Look at how much time you spend scrolling through other people's lives instead of building your own. Look at how many hours you spend watching others achieve their dreams while yours collect dust in the corner of your mind. That's not rest. That's escape. That's not relaxation. Your laziness has become sophisticated. It doesn't just tell you to do nothing. It keeps you busy with things that don't matter. It fills your schedule with activities that don't contribute to your growth. It occupies your mind with concerns that don't serve your purpose. Let me tell you about energy. It's not something you wait to have before taking action. Energy comes from action. The more you do, the more energy you have. The more you create, the more creative you become. The more you give, the more capacity you have to give. But laziness tells you the opposite. It tells you to wait until you feel energetic before acting. Your brain is like a muscle. When you first start exercising it, it hurts. It's uncomfortable. It wants to go back to its old patterns. But with consistent effort, it becomes stronger. Your willpower grows. Your discipline increases. Your capacity expands. But you have to push through the initial resistance. Some of you are waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. But motivation isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create through action. It's the product of movement, not the cause of it. The laziest thing you can do is wait to feel motivated before you start. Every time you choose laziness, you're not just failing to move forward. You're actively moving backward. Because while you're standing still, the world is moving forward. While you're making excuses, others are making progress. While you're waiting for the perfect moment, life is passing you by. But here's the good news. Every moment is a new opportunity to change. Every breath is a fresh chance to reject laziness and choose action. Every heartbeat is an invitation to step into your power. The past doesn't define you unless you let it. Your habits don't control you unless you surrender to them. Your laziness has been telling you a story about who you are and what you're capable of. It's time to tell a new story. It's time to write a new narrative. It's time to create a new reality. But this won't happen by accident. It won't happen by wishful thinking. It will only happen through deliberate, consistent action. Right now, in this moment, your life is speaking to you. Those dreams that keep you awake at night, that's not anxiety. That's opportunity knocking. That discomfort you feel when you think about your unfulfilled potential, that's not guilt. That's growth calling your name. That tension between where you are and where you could be, that's not stress. That's your future fighting for its existence. But here's what most people do. They try to silence these voices. They try to numb these feelings. They try to distract themselves from these truths. And do you know what tool they use most often? Laziness. They use laziness like a drug to numb the pain of unrealized potential. Let me tell you about the mathematics of mediocrity. Every time you choose the easy way, you're not just making a single decision, you're programming your future. Every act of laziness isn't just a moment lost. It's a pattern strengthened. Every excuse you make isn't just a justification. It's a brick in the wall between you and your dreams. You see, excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. And so is laziness. Both are built one decision at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time. The question isn't whether you're building habits. You are. The question is, which habits are you building? Some of you are sitting here thinking about all the times you've tried and failed, all the times you've started strong but couldn't maintain the momentum, all the times you've made promises to yourself that you couldn't keep. And you're using these past experiences as evidence that you can't change. But let me tell you something powerful. Your past attempts weren't failures. They were practice. Every time you tried and fell short, you weren't failing. You were learning. Every time you started again, you weren't being inconsistent. You were being persistent. The only real failure is when you let laziness convince you to stop trying. Your laziness has become your comfort zone security guard. It stands at the border of your potential, checking every opportunity that tries to enter. It questions every dream that approaches. It scrutinizes every goal that comes near. And its favorite word later. Its favorite phrase, not now. Its most powerful weapon, maybe tomorrow. But here's what you need to understand about tomorrow. It's a promise, not a guarantee. Tomorrow is credit that life extends to you, but it charges interest in the form of regret. And the longer you wait, the higher the interest becomes. Look at nature again. A tree doesn't decide to grow. It grows because that's what it was designed to do. A flower doesn't choose to bloom. It blooms because that's its purpose. The sun doesn't contemplate whether to rise. It rises because that's its nature. Your nature isn't laziness. Your nature is growth, achievement, contribution. When you choose laziness, you're not just choosing an action. You're choosing to violate your own nature. You're choosing to resist the very force that's trying to express itself through you. You're choosing to fight against the current of your own potential. The most dangerous lie laziness tells you is that you have time. You're still young, it whispers. There's no rush, it soothes. Life is long, it reassures. But time isn't just passing, it's passing through you. Every moment you spend in laziness is a moment of your life force being wasted. Think about water again. When water meets an obstacle, it doesn't stop. It finds another way. It flows over, under, around, or through. It doesn't make excuses. It doesn't complain about the obstacle. It doesn't wait for the obstacle to move. It simply adapts and continues its journey. But what do we do when we meet obstacles? We let laziness convince us that the obstacle is too big. We let it persuade us that the effort required is too much. We let it convince us that finding another way is too hard. And so we stop, we stagnate, we settle. Your laziness has become an expert negotiator. It doesn't just tell you to give up, it helps you rationalize giving up. It doesn't just encourage you to quit. It helps you justify quitting. It doesn't just suggest you settle, it helps you accept settling as wisdom. But what if I told you that your laziness is lying to you about how much effort things require? What if I told you that the mountain you're afraid to climb isn't as high as it appears? What if I told you that the strength you need isn't something you have to wait for? It's something you already possess. The truth is, most things in life aren't as hard as laziness makes them seem. Starting is usually the hardest part. Taking that first step is usually the biggest challenge. Breaking through that initial resistance is usually the greatest struggle. But laziness magnifies these challenges in your mind until they seem insurmountable. Your laziness has also become a master of comparison. It shows you others who seem to have it easier. It points out people who appear to succeed without effort. It highlights those who seem to achieve without struggle. And it uses these comparisons to justify your inaction. But here's what laziness doesn't show you. The battles others fought when no one was watching. The tears they shed when no one was around. The doubts they overcame when everyone else was sleeping. The persistence they maintained when giving up would have been easier. Every great achievement in human history was accomplished by someone who refused to listen to their laziness. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every triumph came from someone who decided that their dreams were more important than their comfort. There's something happening in your life right now that you need to understand. That frustration you feel when you look at your unfulfilled goals, that disappointment that rises in your throat when you think about your unused potential, that heaviness in your chest when you consider the gap between who you are and who you could be. That's not punishment. That's purpose trying to break through. Your soul is trying to speak to you through your dissatisfaction. Your destiny is trying to reach you through your discomfort. Your future is trying to touch you through your frustration. But laziness wants to convince you that these feelings are signals to retreat when they're actually calls to advance. Let me tell you about the price of laziness. It's far higher than you think. Laziness doesn't just cost you opportunities. It costs you self-respect. It doesn't just steal your time. It steals your identity. It doesn't just rob you of achievement. It robs you of the person you're meant to become. Every time you surrender to laziness, a piece of your self-trust dies. Every time you choose comfort over growth, a part of your confidence erodes. Every time you pick the easy path over the right path, a fragment of your character crumbles. These aren't just moments lost. They're wounds inflicted on your spirit. Think about the message you're sending to your subconscious mind. When you consistently choose laziness, you're programming yourself to believe that you're someone who gives up. You're training yourself to accept that you're someone who takes the easy way out. You're teaching yourself that you're someone who can't be trusted with their own dreams. But here's what's even more painful. Laziness doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone who's counting on you to become who you're capable of being. It affects every life you could touch, every person you could inspire, every situation you could improve. When you choose laziness, you're not just failing yourself. You're failing everyone who needs the gift that only you can give. Your laziness has become an architect of regret. It's designing a future filled with what ifs and if onlys. It's constructing a life built on the foundation of I wish I had and I should have. And the worst part, it's convincing you that this is normal, that this is acceptable, that this is just how life is. But let me tell you something about regret. It's not just a feeling, it's not just an emotion, it's a teacher. And right now, it's trying to teach you something profound. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret is permanent. The discomfort of growth fades, but the ache of unused potential never goes away. Your laziness has also become a thief of joy. It steals the satisfaction of achievement by preventing you from ever truly trying. It robs you of the thrill of victory by keeping you from entering the arena. It denies you the pleasure of progress by convincing you to stay where you are. Some of you are thinking, but I'm comfortable, I'm getting by. Things aren't that bad. Let me tell you something about comfort. It's a beautiful servant, but a dangerous master. When comfort becomes your goal, mediocrity becomes your destiny. When average becomes acceptable, extraordinary becomes impossible. Your laziness has become an expert at making mediocrity feel like wisdom. It's skilled at making settling feel like maturity. It's adept at making giving up feel like being realistic. But here's the truth. There's nothing wise about living beneath your potential. There's nothing mature about abandoning your dreams. There's nothing realistic about accepting less than what you're capable of achieving. Look at your hands again. Feel the blood flowing through your veins. Listen to your heartbeat. This physical machinery wasn't given to you for mediocrity. This incredible system of mind, body, and spirit wasn't designed for average. You weren't born to get by. You were born to excel. The universe doesn't create anything without purpose. Every creation has a reason for being. A bird isn't confused about whether it should fly. A fish doesn't question whether it should swim. A seed doesn't debate whether it should grow. Yet we, with all our potential, with all capabilities, with all opportunities, let laziness talk us out of our purpose. Your laziness has become a master storyteller. It tells you stories about why you can't. It crafts narratives about why you shouldn't. It creates epics about why now isn't the right time. And the more you listen to these stories, the more you believe these narratives, the more power they have over you. But here's what you need to understand. Your story isn't written yet. Your future isn't determined yet. Your potential isn't fixed yet. Every breath you take is an opportunity to write a new chapter. Every heartbeat is a chance to change the narrative. Every moment is an invitation to reject laziness and choose greatness. The most dangerous thing about laziness is that it makes you blind to your own potential. It puts a ceiling on your capabilities. It draws a line around your possibilities. It builds walls around your dreams. And the longer you live within these limitations, the more permanent they seem. Think about the dreams you had when you were younger. Think about the fire that used to burn in your heart. Think about the possibilities that used to light up your imagination. What happened to them? Did they die? No. You let laziness convince you they were unrealistic. You let it persuade you they were impractical. You let it convince you they were impossible. But today, right here, right now, something is shifting. The very fact that these words are resonating with you means that your spirit is still alive. Your potential is still fighting for expression. Your destiny is still calling out to you. The question is, are you finally ready to answer? You see, breaking free from laziness isn't just about doing more. It's about becoming more. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about remembering who you were created to be. It's about awakening the giant within you that laziness has been trying to keep asleep. From this moment forward, you have a choice to make. You can continue to let laziness write your story, or you can pick up the pen and write it yourself. The janitor who keep living in the shadow of what could be, or you can step into the light of what will be. You can remain the construction worker who breaks his back laying bricks. Does he own a mansion? You can become the architect of your destiny. Waitress who runs herself ragged. The choice is yours. But the consequences aren't negotiable. The universe operates on laws. Hard work alone is not the key to riches. The law of cause and effect doesn't care about our justifications. The principle of sowing and reaping doesn't make exceptions for our comfort. Every moment you spend in laziness is a vote against your future. Every excuse you make is a brick in the wall between you and your dreams. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're trading your destiny for temporary relief. The price of this trade is far higher than you can imagine. But here's the beautiful truth. You can change this pattern right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Now, because readiness is a myth created by laziness to keep you waiting. Action creates readiness. Movement creates momentum. Starting creates strength. Your laziness wants you to believe that change is hard. But let me tell you what's really hard. Living with the knowledge that you settled for less than what you could have been. Carrying the weight of unfulfilled potential. Watching opportunities pass by because you were too comfortable to grab them. From this moment forward, make a declaration to yourself. Declare that you will no longer negotiate with laziness. Declare that you will no longer trade your greatness for comfort. Declare that you will no longer postpone your destiny for temporary ease. Start small if you must, but start now. Don't wait for motivation. Create it through action. Don't wait for confidence. Build it through commitment. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Make this moment perfect through your decision to change. Remember, every great achievement in history began with a single decision. Every remarkable transformation started with one choice. Every extraordinary journey commenced with one step. Your journey to greatness begins with your decision right now to reject laziness and embrace your potential. The power you're looking for isn't hidden in some distant future. It's within you right now. The strength you need isn't waiting to arrive. It's waiting to be awakened. The time you're waiting for isn't coming. It's passing. The opportunity you're seeking isn't somewhere else. It's here. Let today be the day you declare war on laziness. Let this moment be the turning point where you decide that your dreams are more important than your comfort. Let this be the time when you choose to become the person you were created to be. Because here's the truth. The world needs your gift. The world needs your passion. The world needs your contribution. And these things can't be delivered through laziness. They can only be delivered through dedicated, consistent, purposeful action. Your future self is watching you right now. Your future self is waiting to see what decision you'll make. Your future self is hoping that this will be the moment when everything changes. Don't let them down. Don't let yourself down. Don't let your dreams down. The time for excuses is over. The season of procrastination is finished. The era of someday is done. Your destiny is calling, and it won't wait forever. Your potential is knocking, and it won't knock indefinitely. Your future is beckoning, and it demands an answer now. Press up, step up, show up. The world is waiting for what only you can give. Your greatness is waiting for your permission to emerge. Your legacy is waiting for your decision to begin creating it. Remember this moment. Remember this feeling? Remember this decision? Because years from now, you'll look back at this as the moment when everything changed. The moment when you finally said enough to laziness and yes to your destiny. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. The path won't be smooth, but it will be rewarding. The transformation won't be instant, but it will be permanent. If you stay committed to your decision, look around this room. Every person here has a choice to make, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. In this moment, will you continue to let laziness rob you of your destiny, or will you rise up and claim what's rightfully yours? The power of choice is in your hands. The authority to change is in your spirit. The capacity for greatness runs through your veins. Stand up. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Your future is not something to wait for, it's something to create. Your potential is not something to dream about, it's something to demonstrate. The world is waiting. Your legacy is calling. Your greatness is ready. Rise up, step forward, make your mark. Because when all is said and done, there are two types of pain in life: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Choose wisely.